Yes. Welcome to Daddy's Podcast. Here we go, 2024. Here we are.
Yes. Another year.
Another year. We got Ahmad Ferguson here. Thank you for coming in, Ahmad.
What's up, everybody?
Yes,
Thank
the
you
young
guys for
bull
having
is
me.
in the house, baby.
You our first podcast of the new year,
new
man.
year.
I appreciate you.
Man,
Y'all my
thank you
first
for coming.
podcast of the new year. So
Yes, sir.
That's
sir.
cool. That's
I
cool,
got my
man.
man Put here with me. Welcome
I'm here.
back. Here
I'm
we
here.
go.
I'm here, baby.
My man.
I'm here, baby.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
here with you.
So,
You know?
hey, so we back here. We in the new year. So let me just get a check. How you all feeling? If 1 was you're not feeling good, 10 you're feeling very good going into this new year. I'm gonna start off with you, Ahmad. Talk to me, man.
So,
How you feeling,
I'm
bro?
feeling at about mentally. I'm feeling at a 10.
A 10.
A
Oh,
10.
I love
I'm
it.
definitely ready to take the year on. I'm definitely ready to accomplish stuff. I'm ready to learn stuff. I feel like I'm in the era because I'm 21. I feel like I'm in a phase of my life where it's definitely time to learn more and less talking, just more listening.
Yes.
You know, so because it can help me along the way, along my journey. I live a life that's pretty fast and stuff. You just got to be attentive to everything. So this year I'm ready to take it hands on. So I'm pretty ready for the year.
10. I love it.
that
And I
sound
love
good,
it. I
man.
love when you said I'm gonna listen more.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and you gonna learn.
Yes.
Listen and learn.
dope.
L and
That's
L.
dope.
Yes, sir. I
That's
love
dope.
it.
That's
What
dope.
about you, Mr. Putt? How you feeling? 1 to 10. Are you going into the new
Man,
year?
I feel great, man.
Okay.
New year, new things. You know, we got a lot of stuff that's going on. That's, man, I feel great, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts.
a lot of positive things.
Yeah.
And just hopefully a better 2024 than 2023. Just
Yeah,
moving
for sure.
forward,
Yeah.
man. You know, so.
It's in
I'm
our
loving it.
grasp. It's in our hands.
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
Man.
take the bull by the horn.
Take them.
Yeah.
Hold that pump.
Yeah.
Take them.
Yeah. Now here we go. Here we go. All right.
Wait,
so,
hold on.
okay, go ahead.
Right. We
How
gotta
you
ask
feeling?
about how you
man.
feel.
you feeling?
Come
Thank
on,
y'all,
man.
Thank y'all.
Come
Thank
on, man.
y'all.
How you feeling?
Oh man, what you said a 10? What did you say?
I'm a 1,000.
You a
Facts.
1,000?
I'm a 1,000,
Okay,
baby.
cool. I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with a 9.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with a 9. I think I'm looking forward to. I think what you said is great. Learning more, listening more. But it's just probably a couple of things in 2023. I just kind of want to, Tab, just make sure my kids, my grandkids, just make sure everybody good. You know what I'm saying?
Grandkids. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
yes,
Grandkids. Yes, sir. Got to take care, man.
Grandpapa.
Yeah, I'm a granddaddy out here.
Oh, man.
Dude, hey, when I turned 51, man, I was like,
51.
I'm 51, bro.
You don't look like it.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm going to take that.
Look at least 30.
Yeah,
30,
man.
35.
Y'all heard him. Y'all
35,
heard him.
30.
Yeah. So, yeah, once we top those things, man, and, because you could just always get better. So I guess that's why I left that 1 point out just for,
Okay.
that part.
And if you didn't know, me and this man, we go back to kindergarten.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
We go all the way
Yeah.
back to
So
kindergarten.
what's y'all story?
Yeah.
Kindergarten, high
Yeah.
school.
Wow.
Me and this cat been together, man. Woo, man.
Yeah.
Same neighborhood we
Yeah.
grew up
Okay.
in, man.
Same.
Yeah,
hood,
man.
same
So
hood.
that's why, just a little history about us,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And my man,
Hey,
Action Jackson.
Put and I was best friends for about 5 months. So you remember that, bro? We was
5
best
months.
because we was always close. I think he played for the Cubs baseball. I played for the Phillies. You played for the Cubs, right?
I played for the Dodgers.
You played for the
I
Dodgers.
played for
Okay,
the
cool.
Dodgers, man.
Yeah. He used
I
to
played
come
for the
to my
Dodgers.
house and knock on the door, pick me up for school
What
freshman
position y'all
year.
play?
I
played second.
shortstop, back
Okay.
catcher, pitcher. Yeah, I was.
I
all
played
over.
center and I played third.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay,
right,
cool.
center
You was in
and
that
third,
hot
huh?
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hot spot. the hot
Yeah,
spot.
that third
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
that hot spot.
I
In
like
center
center
field,
better
you gotta
though.
cover
I like
so
center
much.
better. Third, I'm not gonna lie. In my
Yeah.
league, it wasn't a lot of action on third. You was getting all your action in that shortstop or second. But they used to hit the infield a lot. So
Yeah.
the outfield a lot. So
Yeah.
I like playing center. Like center, I
Yeah.
actually, if I would have stuck with it, I would have been a good center. But I like
Okay.
basketball more.
Okay, cool.
Kind of with the
Cool.
basketball.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to
Facts,
that.
facts,
We're going to get
facts,
to that,
facts.
boy. We're going to definitely get to that one.
Hey,
that
man,
right
but on
there.
that baseball, playing second, my toughest play was when they would try to steal second. And I had to
yeah.
get the ball from the back catcher and tag, catch and tag.
Facts.
And he coming at me hard as he can and knocking me over once I catch
But
it.
dog, you had an advantage. You was tall. This dude been
No,
tall
but I
since
was
kindergarten.
short. No,
Mentally,
Put,
though.
you forgot. Put, I was
Nah.
short.
How
I
tall
was
was you?
really short in grammar
Well, you was
school.
always taller than me. You was always taller than me.
No, it'd be like that though. It'd be like that.
You always
I don't
taller than
remember
me.
being taller than you.
From his perspective.
Okay.
From his
you was
perspective,
always
because I got
taller than
homies
me.
like that. It'd be like, bro, you've been tall your whole life. He was like, bro,
No.
short.
Yeah. I was
I
short.
definitely know that. I
Yeah.
definitely feel that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so you thought I was taller?
You was. What
No,
you mean?
I was not,
You
man.
was. Okay,
No,
well,
okay.
we ain't gonna argue about it, you know.
I'm going to get some pictures. I'm going to show y'all.
I want to see this.
Lil
too,
Putt,
dog.
what's up, man? When you coming to do?
Lil Putt, oh, Lil man, my
Putt
son
in the
is snuck in
building.
here.
What's going down? My man. All right, so let's just go jump in, man.
Let's do it.
Definitely,
Let's do it.
man. So we know you from the Chi. We know you from Force. First, congratulations.
I appreciate
That
it.
is so
Big
awesome
ups.
that you are able to
Two
do
ups.
that.
You on two of
Yeah, yeah.
Big ups.
So how did that come about that you were able to, that you got into the arts? How did that,
Man, so it's so crazy you asked this. I was just asked this on set not too long ago, and I really had to tell somebody, like, my whole perspective has changed on that, because I was a person that used to always say, like, I don't really know. Like, I was just doing this, and it kind of fell on my lap. But honestly, I was always around the arts. Like, I come from a family of, like, my mother, she a singer. She's a gospel singer. My sister sings. I sing. So we was, like, really artsy. And my mom, like, she got stories of her doing stage plays while, like, I was in her womb. So, like, I was always pretty connected to the arts. And so I would always say, like, no matter what I was doing in life, even if I wasn't giving acting or the arts my main focus, it was always in my orbit. So when I was hooping, I was still doing plays at the church. I had an agent. Like, I was still always doing acting, even though, like, I tried to, like, I wanted to hoop. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wanted to hoop. So, like, it was always around me. But I was 9 years old. My first encounter, I was 9 years old. It was a film that was being produced at my local film place in Gary, Indiana, called Westside Theater Guild under Mark Spencer. So shout out them, Mr. Spencer. And my sister was supposed to take the role, but she was like, my sister, she the hooper out the family.
Oh, okay.
She got the credentials, D1.
Okay.
You feel me? Got
Okay.
the hardware.
All right,
like,
cool.
She got her credentials.
All right.
You know, I was just the hoop. I could hoop, but she got the credentials too.
Okay.
So my sister, they was making her focus on ball more. So they was like, "Oh, Ma, you just do it." And so I went, and, like, I had the time of my life. Like, I was having super fun. I was 9 years old, so, like, my mom worried about, like, is he gonna be able to focus? And I was, like, locked in it. I was focused all those hours. Like, it was like, it gave me, it was just a glimpse of what was to come later in my life, because now I'm used to being on set long hours. And so that was just a glimpse, and I really, 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 really loved it. And I got far away from it because I started hooping and stuff like that. But then, like I said, I was doing the stage plays and stuff like that. And eventually I got an agent, and then that turned into everything you see now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Man,
cool.
what a
That's
great
cool.
story, man.
That's cool.
For sure.
That's
Definitely.
dope. That's
Definitely.
dope, man.
And so how at that point did you run into his son? Lil
Man,
Putt? How
so
did y'all
Lucian?
Yeah.
This dude right
Yeah.
here.
There we go.
So I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like,
all right.
Lucian, he was just always competition. And I don't say that in a bad way.
Okay.
I say that in a way where we always
from the
just seen each
auditions
other
and
at
stuff.
auditions.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
literally,
yeah.
like, I would be at an audition, he would be at an audition. The callback, he there too. Like, so it's like, you understand, like, he doing the work too. Like, because, like, if you keep getting called back for stuff, like, it's obviously, like, you doing the work, you doing good. So how we ran into each other, we was just always at auditions, and it was genuine love every time. Like, and I love people like that, like, people that can separate the two.
Yeah.
'Cause at the end of the day, it's a
Yeah.
competition. You know what I'm saying? You got to
yeah.
work hard. You got to go get yours. But at the same time, you got to be gracious, and you got to mentally know that what's for you is for you. So, like, it's no need to be like, or it's no need to be like, I ain't gonna mess with him. Like, he got a light, I got a light.
Right.
He let it shine, I let it shine. And we just vibe off that. So he was always a good person to be around. So it drew me to him. So that's how we kind of, like, really met for real.
Man, love.
That's dope.
Love.
That's dope.
Love.
That's cool. So
Yes, sir.
And now y'all on Force. I'm sorry. Now
Yeah,
you
now
pass-
that's my
now
brother.
Now you
Go
passing
ahead,
guns.
brother.
Now you passing guns to him on Force. Got Putt.
Rightfully
Lil
so.
Putt snapping out on no. I
Giving
love
them
it, man.
guns
I
and
love it.
stuff,
Definitely.
giving the man,
yeah.
you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. Now you say in high school you played basketball in high
Yes,
school.
sir.
So how was that just to keep you a little just well rounded and how
Man,
does that help?
That helped me a lot because growing up, I was that busybody. Like, with me, like my story is crazy. Like I got kicked out of like 5 or 6 schools. Like really, like from through elementary and middle school, like up into 8th, because 8th grade I got homeschooled.
Okay.
But like K through 7th, I got kicked out of like 6 or 5 schools, and I just think that came from me not knowing how to channel and really use that energy and use everything that I had inside of me. Because I grew up in a small environment. I'm from Gary, Indiana. So where I was at on 15th, like it was just me and my boys. I grew up in a complex. It was like 12 to 14 of us. So like we just all growing up with each other outside playing. Like so we was just all growing up, and like I kind of gravitated. That was my focus was at like all the time, like just trying to be outside, trying to be with my guys, trying to look cool, stuff like that. So my upbringing was like pretty like crazy, but basketball was one of those things where like it kept me focused, and I understand because you always gonna be given tools in your life that you can use to help you stay focused, help you maintain, and stuff like that. And my parents taught me that. Thank you to my mom and my dad.
Shout out
Shout out
moms
to your
and dads,
mom.
you
Yeah,
know.
definitely, yeah.
Some of the coolest parents.
Okay.
His parents cool as hell.
Yeah.
They cool as hell.
Okay.
dog.
That's
Nah, they cool. They
Go
cool
ahead,
for
go
sure.
ahead,
I love
man.
them. But they
Yeah.
just always equip that in us to understand things and understand things that might be meant just for a season. So basketball was one of those things like when I started getting older and I started realizing like what my life can go and what my life can be. It was a tool for a season, but at the same time you got to be aware that in that season you got to give it your all. So like I didn't really care about school, and I know that's bad to say. So, but I also understood. I know I want to play basketball, so I gotta get good grades. Like no matter what, like it's no way around it. I might not like school, but I know that me staying at basketball practice all week and me having to get that's gonna keep me away from all of that.
Yeah, kept you out of trouble.
Yeah,
Kept
so
you out
like
of a lot of trouble.
mentally, I understood that early, and I feel like that helped me.
Man, that sounds like you very disciplined.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pretty good at basketball too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
done checked him out playing in some of the little charity events and stuff
Luke.
that
Yeah.
my son played in. You know, he pretty good, man.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
He was pretty good,
That's
man.
cool.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
But
cool, man.
That thing, that basketball, like a lot of people don't know that, but it kept me out of a lot in that season of my life.
Okay.
It
For
kept
sure.
you focused. It kept
Kept me
your attention
focused.
away from the
Mhm.
streets.
On top of having to juggle acting, because at that time going into freshman year, I just did Chicago PD. That was like my first like real job, and so like going into like a new environment, like a different school system, and like not knowing a lot of people, but people kind of already know me in a sense, because Instagram was a thing back then. I wasn't this big person on Instagram, but like people knew me, so it's like I was going into like a new environment. So like acting also kept me disciplined too, because at the same time I had to know who I am.
Yes,
So
sir.
certain stuff I couldn't do, certain stuff I couldn't get involved in already because of the career, thinking about the career. But basketball was definitely the one that was like
kept you.
that sustained me. It was just like,
That's awesome.
That's
Hey,
dope.
so Pud and I was talking before you came in, right? And excuse me for the vocabulary because I'm probably not gonna get it right.
No, you
right?
good.
Reoccurring role. You have a reoccurring role on Force, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
But then on the Shy you have, is it called a permanent
No,
role?
he's a season regular. It's called season regular.
So
Right?
I was
Is that
gonna
right?
ask what's the difference?
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah,
basically,
that was
it's
my
just like
question was-
it's just like you kind of like, how can I put this? Regular holds more weight. Like you kind of like know you got this going out the gate. Like you already. Recurring, it's like it goes with the flow. It goes with the flow, but that's also a good thing because it's up to you to do the work. If you're doing the work, they're gonna keep writing for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
If you do the work, if you just show up, be a good person, make sure you got everything you need to know down pat, and you making the work environment a safe space, a positive space, the sky's the limit.
I love it.
For sure.
Is there anyone that you prefer? Do you prefer reoccurring or just having
Of course we
season?
prefer deals. We prefer like the main thing, but I feel like stuff like that is just groundwork in your career. It's gonna build character. It's gonna build all those things that you need for when that season come, when you got nothing but the big stuff and you flying and doing press and all. You gonna like this the groundwork. You gonna have already put in the work, put in the hours, so that it's just easier for you.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt, man.
And I remember from when your son was on, he was telling me he got told no so many times, and that's something I didn't realize. How was that with you? Did you get told no
What?
a lot of times and just
I feel like everybody that's an actress or an actor that's been in the business for more than 3 years has gotten told no a lot. Like it's early. Like it's never. It's no in this business is a thing that's never going to end, and you have to be at peace and accept that going forward and moving in. Because if you don't, you might slow yourself down, getting caught up in the no's because you might fill up. Because like these no's are life changing. Like some of these no's you hear could help you, could help your like everybody, and you gotta be okay enough to hear somebody say, nah. Or somebody tell you, we like you, we want you to come back. Okay, we like you even more, we want you to meet the director. Okay, we like you even more, we want to make you audition with somebody that already has the opposite role. So that may be your brother, somebody that already has the brother role or the girlfriend role. They want you to audition with them to get chemistry.
Oh, okay.
And you can go through all of that, and they still tell you no. So you got to be okay with the word no, and you got to understand that no just meant not right now.
Yeah.
Or it's something better.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
like, you going to hear no a lot in this business. And how I dealt with it, it wasn't always the easiest, but I embraced it. I meant, like, I either told myself that means it's something better or that's for me, that's going to come, or, okay, how can I get better? So, like, you never want to take it to heart because if you take it to heart, it can slow you down. But
Right.
I definitely experienced a lot of big no's earlier in my career. Like in high school, I had auditioned for When They See Us, and it was between me and the guy that Asante, because we pretty cool. Shout out to Asante. He was the one that played Kevin in it, and When They See Us on Netflix about the wrongfully accused 5 young black boys.
Yeah.
Like Central Park.
Oh, you did the Central Park thing too?
No, I auditioned for.
Oh, you
it.
okay?
And, I met Ava DuVernay. Like, mind you, that audition process was crazy. So, I auditioned for it. Of course, my mom's adamant because of the weight of it. She's just like, "This is a real story. You need to focus. You need to pay attention." So I'm dealing with that. I got a game tomorrow. I'm like, Mom, like I got a game tomorrow. She like, Ahmad, forget that game. I need you to lock in. I need you
True
to focus.
mother.
So it was
True
like
parent. That's
it
a
was
true
like
parent, boy.
facts. It was like so like I just had to find out how to balance it and juggle it. So I end up being able to do the audition, played in my game. Then I was at school and I was on my phone at school. My mom texted me in all caps like, "You got a call back. You gonna meet Ava DuVernay." Mind you, I didn't know who Ava DuVernay was at the time, but I definitely know who she is now. But she's just a black director, writer, like has her own thing, like that's just impactful for her people. And so I kind of found out about her through that process, and I met her and her great stuff, like really great feedback, and they put me on hold. So when they put you on hold, basically it's one of those things where it's like, hey, we're very interested in you. We want to pick you, but we still have to see what else is out there. So they put you on hold and say, hey, we want you, but wait, basically.
Right.
And so I got on hold, and I was on hold because I auditioned for that, like, early I was on hold, literally, like, because they kind of tell you when you're going to shoot. Like, they kind of give you, like, the outside dates already early so you can know. And I think the outside dates was, like, July 4th, and I probably found out, like, because my birthday was the 1st, I probably found out, like, a day before my birthday or a day after my birthday that I didn't get it. So I was already mentally prepared, like, for that call. Like, I got it. Because I was on hold for, like, 4 months, 5 months. And, like, they were still corresponding, like, yes, we're still interested. Yes, 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 yes. And, like, that was a big one because it was just, like, you knew, first of all, the platform. Netflix is a big platform. And just because you knew how touching the story was. And that was something that back then, like, I still want to have been a part of, but I understand now. But back then, mentally, like, I was just thinking about what it could do and everything else. And it was like, I understood why I didn't get it. It was certain stuff I would say, how can I say this? It was certain things that I needed to learn. It was certain stuff I needed to get better at. So, like, it's always a reason in a no, too. And it ties back into the no.
Yeah.
Because a no just don't mean no. Like, you got to really think about it. Don't dwell on it.
Right.
But think about
Right.
Mm.
That just kept you humbled and
it. Yeah.
you know that's a lot dealing with your upbringing. Like you know, you like you growing up in Gary. Like how did that describe growing up there? How was that? Just
Man, growing up in Gary.
Cause man, they be like Gary had like a bad reputation.
always
so I
got
know
bad
it's a
rep.
beautiful.
It's a
but
lot of you know that's how they gonna paint it.
Yeah.
It's just like any other small place in a state. It's just like it's a lot of love there. It's a lot of how can I put this? It's a lot of love there. It's a lot of potential there. It's a lot of potential there, but it just needs to be used the right way. And once more resources come in, and once the rebuild happens, it's gonna be back popping like how it was when my grandpa first got here.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's misunderstood. It's misunderstood. It's a lot of talent there, like a lot of talent, whether it be sports, arts, anything. It's a lot of just people that need opportunity.
Yeah.
I just think people is just misguided and misled about Gary. You know,
growing up was cool though. It was fun. It was fun. Like it was fun.
I went to Michael Jackson house in Gary. You ever been there?
2300.
2300 Jackson Street.
Yeah.
I definitely went to go check it out one day. I was around. I said, man, let me go drive. And it's a little house on the corner.
Yep.
Yeah,
You liked it?
yeah, it was cool.
Okay,
it was
okay,
cool.
okay.
It was just more I don't know so much like I was just more nostalgic. Like, wow.
This is where he was at.
This is where he was, Gary, Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
And I lived when I lived at Gary. I lived like probably 6 minutes away from his house.
Oh, okay.
So it was always good to know like I lived like close.
Yeah.
Cause like sometimes like I don't know. I would be over there often. I don't know why. Like I got family that live over there, but like I would be over there just often by his house.
Okay.
So I look at it now as like I was just.
Some of that talent rubbed off on you, man.
I was just getting it in my orbit. I was really just getting it in my orbit and just being around. Being around that energy.
Yeah, that's cool. And something just flashed back in my head, going back to when you was being told no. I was thinking as a father, sometimes I would just tell my kids no, sometimes just so they would be used to hearing the word no.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So they won't be spoiled. So when you go out in this world, it's going to be sometimes people are going to tell you no. So just small questions. Can I go spend a night over such and such house? Well, no, not today. Just so you will know that sometimes you're going to get told the word no and learn how to respond to it and not be spoiled.
That's it. Learning how to respond to anything.
Because that really stuck out to me when you said that. You know what I'm saying? That you had to know how to respond because sometimes no can be a good
it
thing.
Can be challenging.
Yeah.
Mentally, as growing up, as being a young black man, like that can be challenging. But you got to give yourself grace and you got to understand that my life is a journey. My life doesn't end when I hear that no.
No. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Because a lot of times I feel like us and our generation, we have a hard time with just not getting our way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like us as a generation, we got to get better at like just being able to not have our way.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
I wish all the youngins thought like you did.
Hey, I had to learn though too.
Yeah.
I had to learn.
Yeah.
And that's because I think you come up in from just listening to you all, listen how you so proud of your mom, so proud of your dad.
Yes,
It sounds like that family structure really helped develop you into the person that you are.
Definitely.
Could you just talk about that a little bit? How important
sir.
Family is
Yes, sir.
in your
I grew
character?
up in a 2-parent household, and that's something that is very important. Like, and I'm appreciative of it, and I see more and more each day as I'm getting older, as I'm going through life, how important it is to have 2 parents in the household. So I was blessed to definitely have 2 parents in the household, and my mother, she's a strong believer in Christianity and her faith, and she kind of implemented that in us growing up. And no matter if we tried to go that way or deteriorate from that, she always stayed committed to her yes, and she always continued to pray. Wow. She always continued to cover us.
Wow.
Like she always continued to just pray for her family. And my dad, he was a soldier. He low key, he laid back. He just protected. He liked to protect his family, but he also taught me lessons, and he also let his life be an example of to be better than And that's something that he always voiced early. And I watched my dad grow in my 21 years of life, and I watched him grow to be a better man and a better father. But at the same time, no matter what, he always told me, let my life be an example. And so that always stuck out with me. And whenever those times was when it's like my mom told me no, or like I wanted to go to this party, or I wanted to go to this girl house, or I wanted to just be outside, and those moments, like those hard moments where I knew like I couldn't because my life was different and stuff like that, like I would hear my dad's voice just say, be better than me. Wow. Just be better than me. Just be better than me. Because that's something he say a lot. He still say it to this day. Be better than me. Yep. And like, I feel like those be those times and his words come in those times where like you need it the most. Like when you like, you focus, but like it's easy to get unfocused right now. Yeah. It's easy to go outside right now instead of going in the house and focusing on my script or making sure I go to the gym or making sure I'm getting better. Like those are times where I just try to hear his voice say, "Be better than me," and I be like, "I'm chill."
Wow. Now that's dope. You know, that's good. And you talk about your father. I can see that you're real passionate about your father. So, just growing up, who was some of your father figures in your life besides your dad? That
definitely, I would say, besides my dad, Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer was a man in my life that I feel like in the arts world always seen my potential, whether I seen it or not, because he always wanted to involve me. And I had nothing to do with the theater guild. Like, my mom just did plays there. My sister was kind of in plays, and, like, I was just a little brother, but he always wanted to involve me in something. He always wanted me to be in a play or a movie, and he was just somebody that always told me early, like, you're gonna be something. Like,
so he was the guy that ran the
yes.
Okay.
And like he was just a guy that seen it early, and he always would let it be known, because that's a whole nother conversation in itself. Like, people that speak it in the atmosphere and impart that stuff on you, that stuff is important.
Yeah.
And he didn't keep it in, and cause he couldn't have said that. Like, he didn't have to say that, but he always would be letting known, like, hey, you're gonna be something. You're gonna do something. You're gonna be something. He always would vocally put it in the atmosphere. And it just, I feel like those type of things and those conversations and those words for that person's life does nothing but push them there and get them there and get them there. So Mr. Spencer, definitely a lot of my coaches. I got a lot of coaches to name, but Coach Darnell, Coach Pio. Man, see, I got too many. Coach Darnell, Coach Pio.
That's great.
Man,
that's great.
Hey, and a joke, why you thinking of them? Because I want you to shout out the Black fathers out. I definitely want that, you know, for this platform. But as I was doing my homework on them, they said your dad, was a basketball player.
What?
I said, oh, dang, his dad was a professional basketball player, too. Then you came in like, I don't know where they got that from.
The internet is a crazy place. The internet is a crazy place. But Coach Will, Coach Darnell, Coach Angel, Coach Pio, like, those were, like, a lot of people. Mr. Kinsey, like, on the football side, Coach Gardner, like, just a lot of those men in my life. Mr. Antonio Ghostin at church. A lot of people at church, man. I had a lot, like, I can't be biased and say that I did. I had a lot of, like, from home. I had a lot of support. Like, people was just always drawn into, like, making sure I knew who I was. Like, early.
Like, you had a great foundation.
Yeah, I had a great foundation.
The structure was there.
Yeah, the structure was definitely there.
And I hear a lot of positive energy you was around. You can do it. It's going to happen. And when you're surrounded by positive energy, usually positivity results from that energy.
Definitely. That's definitely important for young black men.
Yeah.
Because we are people, like, we don't react a lot. Like, we don't react. We just take in. And we hear things said about us, and we hear words about us, and we might not react right away.
Yeah.
But we dwell on it. We think about it. Yeah. We let our body feel it.
Yeah.
We let our emotions feel it.
Yeah.
And, like, over time, that's not good.
Yeah.
You know, over time, that can harden you.
Yeah.
That can make you different.
Yes.
if you don't release it.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely good to speak over our young black boys. Like we definitely got to just tell them they good, even if they don't feel like it, even if they don't see it,
Yeah.
even if you don't see it,
Yeah.
even if you don't know them, just say, hey, you going somewhere.
Yeah.
You're going to be good. I don't
Yeah.
know what you're going through right now. I don't know your life.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on,
Yep.
but you're going to be good. Just simple stuff like that. You never know how that can impact a person.
Words are so powerful.
Yeah.
Words
Yes.
are so powerful.
Yes.
And I can remember that as a young man, even as an older man, like as things were said to me that day, like you said, right then I wouldn't say anything, but I go home and I'm sleeping on it and I'm thinking about it and I wake up and some things, I notice it really hurt my feelings. I'm like, I'm never going to let that happen to me again. Or if somebody say something positive to me, I feel like the most handsome person in the world that morning, you know what I'm saying? So I think those words are very, very powerful, and we must lay, as you said, those positive words on our young black boys coming up. Because we really internalize those things.
Never
know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We're
give
taught,
them that
we taught to
confidence.
just shake it off and keep going.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Don't cry.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's how we talk. But
Yeah.
that's
You gotta let your emotions show
Yeah, that's-
sometimes,
yeah.
though, man. You know,
We only human,
Especially-
man.
especially getting older, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to keep going and let stuff go and keep staying focused on what you need to do
Yeah.
and not acting out of your emotions and making decisions off impulse. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
definitely. So, when you're younger, it's vital, but when you're older, it's super vital because, like, if you don't, you just gonna get into habits that may not be good, into bad ways, and you just gonna move like that.
Yeah. Yep. And then you start thinking moving that way is normal,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when you in trouble,
Yeah.
when it become normalized for you to act this way, talk this way.
And then it's 10 times harder to get out of that because you're gonna be in such a comfortable place. You're
Yep.
gonna be like, it's comfortable.
Yep.
That's all I know. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You got a lot of advice, man. So you got a lot of advice. So what's some of the advice that you would give the young kids that's trying to get into the entertainment or the show business, or just to get into that world, to get into that field?
My advice would definitely be to get used to hearing the word no.
Yeah.
Do the work, which means if you gotta get an acting coach, if you gotta
Is that expensive?
no, not really.
Okay.
Not really. But now COVID has hit and it impacted the world. Like people are drawn to, like, you could just, if you just get your stuff out there, somebody will contact you and be like, hey, I see your stuff. Like if you want it, you gonna do it.
Yeah.
No matter if it costs, no matter nothing. Like, so
You gotta
if
go get
want-
it.
Yeah, if you want this, you just gotta go get it. So get used to hearing the word no.
Okay.
Do the work. And as far as the show business in the arts world, whether that be a rapper, a performer, entertainer, like anybody in the public eye, just learning how to move. Like, that's something that you're gonna have to get fast, like, cause you got a lot of people watching you, and when the higher and higher you go, the bigger the audience is gonna get. So just staying true to yourself and build a discipline early, so when you get there and you got all this stuff coming to you, deals, cars, women, like everything. Like you gonna have to know how to juggle it.
You better know how to juggle.
You're gonna have to know how to juggle it. You're gonna have to know how to move and move in a right way, in a righteous way, in a way that's gonna sustain you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would definitely say understand who you are, and it's gonna be hard. Like it's gonna be different. It's gonna be uncomfortable in some seasons, but you're gonna have to really understand if that's something you want to do. Understand that's who you are, and that's what I've been telling a lot of youngins lately. Cause I still go back to my high school. I'm still in tune with like the hoops in my area. So
that's
like,
cool.
I get a chance to go back home. I'm going to the games and stuff like that, and I just always try to tell them like, understand who you are and understand the sacrifices that you gotta make. Because you're going to have to make sacrifices. If you look at anybody, whether that be an athlete, artist, actor, anybody, it was some in a season when they were going, like, because some people get it late when older in age. Some people get it young. Some people get it in the middle. But every single one of those people went through a phase where they had to make a lot of sacrifices. You may not know from the outside looking in, but it's a lot of sacrifices. And growing up, that's all it was with me and my sister. Like, we was kids. Like, we might get a joke cracked about us because like they know we can't go to no parties. We can't be outside. Like we can't. And back then it was like, man, like why is my mama like this? Why is my dad like this? Like why can't I go outside? Like I want to be a kid. I want to do this. It's just to whom much is given, much is required. So it's just one of those things where it was like you just had to learn it fast, and that saved me, man. Like that honestly saved me. So like that's what I've been trying to tell. Yeah,
love you, love the hell out of them, boy. Shout out to mom and dad, man. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah. Is it a age that a perfect age to start off at acting? Is this something that's too young, or can you get too old where? It's acting any age.
Any age.
Okay.
Any age. If you want to do it, try it. Good. I feel like where we at in the world, it's like you could try anything right now. Social media is so big and everything is so big. You
ain't joking.
You could try anything. So if you want to be an actress or actor, I say go for it. Of course, you need to know how to talk. So not baby, but even babies get rolled.
Yeah.
So it's like when you feel ready. Honestly.
Okay. All right. So no,
you feel
okay, good.
Right.
And I like that you said that you still active in your old community.
Yeah,
you still
I
go
still
to
go
the
back
school,
to my old high school. Definitely try to catch some games when I can.
That's awesome. It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of kids that live in Gary that never really got to see the rest of the world. People live in Chicago. All they know is Chicago. Is there any other places that you could kind of take them on, I don't know, a virtual trip to that you have seen since you have made it out of Gary?
Man, I've seen I've seen a lot of stuff my whole life, but these last, as far as outside, like I've been able to travel a lot.
Yeah.
But that has been because of the foundation I set and the work I put in.
Okay.
So like all that's gonna come if you commit to what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the misconception. I feel like anybody, whether that be any hood, like for real, like whether that be Gary, Chicago, LA, like everybody got a hood, everybody got a place that's rough. Like that's just the way the world is. But my advice for all of those people would be just commit to what you got to do first. Like don't get caught up in seeing it and then caught up in the future so fast. Like you got to work for something. Like I'm only in a position where like I can go to these premieres and meet 50. Like I could be in these positions where I'm just at games or just traveling, like living life, having fun, only because like of the sacrifices I made. I feel like for my whole life, but really those critical sacrifices, like my whole high school, like it was 4 years of my life, like I was a loner. Like I had friends and stuff like that, but it was a routine. It was basketball practice at home, acting if I got an audition or something like that. If I don't, school, bed.
But you was focused.
I was focused.
And sometimes you have to be like that to get to where you want to get.
Right.
You know, it didn't got you far.
Right. And you got to deal with just society. Like your friends going to look at you and be like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Or, like it's still love, but like why you acting like that? Why you can't come outside? Then you going to have the girls like, he weird, like he don't like me. Him like you going to deal with a lot. And if you let those voices talk to you and you start to take them on and be like, maybe I am tripping, maybe I am, you going to move a way you shouldn't move, you know? So I would say just understand who you are, because when you are, you're going to move with confidence, you're going to move with boldness, you're going to say, I understand how y'all feel, y'all just don't get it yet.
Yeah, I love it.
But when you see it, then you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you reaping the benefits, you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
how is it on the Shy? I mean, how is it working on the Shy? I mean, that's a hot show to me, you know. I like it, man.
I appreciate that. Working on the Shy, man, it has been a crazy ride, and it has been a testament to just staying in it. I was a character, like, I started off, like, promised, like, 3 episodes. That was it. Like, I didn't know I was going to end up killing a main character. Like, I didn't know any of that. Like, I don't even know if that was written. Right. And so, like, I got a chance to see our showrunner, shout out to Justin. I got to see Justin not too long ago, and he was just telling me, like, you're one of those people that, like, you know, like, we didn't envision this for you, but, like, you kind of just showed up, and you did what you were supposed to do. So, like, seeing where I'm at now in that role and in that character, being in it 3 years, 4 years, it's kind of crazy because I didn't expect it. Like, I didn't expect it at all, but it's growing. My character's growing. Like, he's starting to make decisions on his own. He's starting to get his own world.
Got his own girlfriend.
Man.
Working for Buddha. You know what I'm saying?
Buddha, he said Buddha. But nah, yeah. It's one of those things where like I'm grateful, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
It's been definitely more workload, like deeper focus and stuff like that. But I'm having fun, man.
Absolutely.
I'm having fun. I'm getting
That's
to
the
do what I
best
love.
part.
It's all worth it.
You having fun.
It's all
Yeah.
worth it, you
Yes.
know. And you juggling 2 shows, you juggling
Yeah.
that and power. So you
Yeah.
you got a lot going on, young
It's
man.
gonna be a long
you know?
year. It's gonna be a long
Yeah,
year.
yeah, that's a good thing.
Facts.
That's
a
good
great thing.
man. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So, you know, what's your final thoughts, your final message, man?
Man, my final message. First of all, thank you both for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It.
Man,
Definitely.
It was,
appreciate you coming, man.
Nah, for sure, man.
man.
You know I'm coming for the fam. But
Come on, man. That's nephew.
yeah, for
Nephew,
sure.
you know
For
what
sure,
I'm
for
saying?
sure. But
And not to cut you off or
nah, you
anything,
good.
but you just saying fam with me. Man, you and my son relationship, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love how you two feed off each other.
Mhm.
How y'all, the camaraderie between y'all two, man.
Mhm.
Because I would think y'all known each other forever, man.
Nah.
You know, I know, man. But go ahead. I
It's
ain't mean to
just-
cut you off. Go
Nah,
ahead.
you good to just touch on that though. Like it's just pure. Like we have
Right.
genuine love for each other.
Right.
And we're both people that understand we're both meant to do big things.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
also have our own lane.
Yeah.
And we both understand that, and we both get that, and we both happy for each other,
Yeah.
genuinely happy for each
Yeah.
other. When I see my brother win,
Yeah.
when I see him drop a new song, drop an out, I'ma support it. When I
Yeah.
see him on
Right.
TV
Yeah.
doing his thing, I'ma support it.
Yeah.
Anything he wanna do, I'ma
Yeah.
support it.
Yeah.
Because I know his heart, and I know what he wants to do to impact the world, and it's something I support.
I love it.
Man.
For sure.
Man.
sure.
And that competition, that can be, like you said, you see each other at the recall. So
Right.
that competition, it really brings out the best in both of you all,
Yeah,
I would
sure,
assume,
for
right?
sure,
So competition
sure.
can be very, very good. Like, oh, man, little Putt doing this. I need to start
Right.
doing this. And I'm sure Putt probably say, wait, like, I see a boy doing this.
You just gotta channel
me-
it. You just gotta
Yeah.
channel it the right way.
Yeah.
If I feel like if your brother don't like push you
Push
to be
you, yeah.
better,
Yeah.
you need to evaluate. Like you just need to look around and see, okay, what do I need to do? Because it's ways I need to get better, and it's stuff that I learned from Lucian. Like it's stuff that I feel like I can get better in, and that doesn't even tie into the work side of things. It could be as a person. Like I see
Right.
stuff Lucian do. Okay, that's something that I need to work on. Okay, I see that. I see how he does that. I see how he reacts to that. I see how he
Yeah,
does it.
yeah.
And it's vice versa.
Yeah,
So like you
yeah.
just always be a listener. And I heard some crazy advice. I can't speak on who I heard it from because it ties into the shy, and I gotta keep it on the wraps. But a person told me some crazy advice the other day, and I've been dwelling on it. He said, if you not, but he didn't say this, like, he didn't mean it in a bad way. He said, if you're not stealing, you're not trying to get better. Like, you're not elevating, you're not moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to take things from people. Like,
Right.
I feel like people get into pride and ego and stuff like that. Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. Like, there's so
Yeah.
much stuff I take from
Yeah.
Lucian, whether that be from what I see him do on screen. I like that. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
it my own way.
Yeah.
Or whether I see him be a person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
something I need to
Yeah.
have because I understand I'm
Yeah.
doing this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna need that for that and
Yeah.
that and that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need, like, just being real and being real enough to give people their flowers and understand, man, he got something that us as men,
Mhm.
I'm a young man, but I'm growing up. I feel like us as men in our community, whether that be a father, whether that be a son, anybody, we have a hard time of showing one another love or just verbally, like, you doing your thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you doing your thing. I see you.
Yeah.
Like, I see you doing your thing, and it's even helping me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't do that a lot
Yeah.
because of
Right.
ego, because
Yes.
of pride, because
Yes.
of our environment, how we
Yeah.
was raised.
Like crabs in the barrel. Like
Yeah,
crabs in the
yeah, but
barrel.
I feel like
you.
I feel like that stuff does nothing but take you farther too.
Yes.
Because
Right. Yeah.
you being aware. Like
Yeah.
you just gotta be aware. You're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna get everything. You're not gonna be the best at everything. But you're gonna be presented with people that's in your orbit and in your circle to get you better and make you better just off of them. They don't even know. It's times Lucian don't even know. I'm looking at him like just learning. He probably just being him.
Yeah.
He just being him, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm taking all that into consideration.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's vice versa.
Yeah.
No,
Of
I'm sure it's vice
course.
versa. I'm sure he
Of
looks at you in the
what?
same
I know.
way. You know,
Yeah.
and
I
so,
know
you
my brother. Yeah. It's love.
You and I do it, Put. We look at each other. We do it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is awesome. You took me to. I'm glad you said that because you just kind of reinforced my strategy as a, you know, in life I'm a teacher, right?
Okay,
so
okay.
I put my students in like groups, you know, and say basically steal from each other. You know, we write thesis statements. See what his thesis statement says. See what her thesis statement says. And now you get your own. You learning how to write. Just steal it from each other. You know what I'm saying? In a great way.
In
you
school,
know what
they
I'm
call
saying?
it context clues. Just context clues.
Yeah, context clues.
Use them context clues. Understand those
Yeah.
context clues.
Yeah.
And make it your own and keep going.
Yep. But the most important part is they working together. They
Working
learning
together.
from one another.
And they're okay with it.
And gotta be okay with it.
Gotta be okay.
Yep.
with it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Man.
All right. Anything else about for
Man,
man,
no,
bro?
man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Man.
I had an amazing time.
Man.
Thank you.
Definitely love
Thank
that
you.
you shedding light on fathers because I feel like fathers feel like they don't get a lot of love.
Man.
Verbally.
appreciate That. Yeah.
Verbally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
A lot
you
of times I
shedding-
feel like we the bad guys. So,
Yeah,
you know, we the
yeah,
disciplinarians, you know.
Well, this is called Daddy's Podcast
Right.
for a reason.
So you shedding
know?
light on the fathers, that's something that I'm proud of. I'm proud of you
Man,
because that's something different. That's something we don't see.
thank
And
you.
I know it took a lot for you to do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
no doubt,
appreciative.
no doubt.
And I know it's going to touch who it needs to touch.
Man, thank you so much for
Yeah,
that,
for sure,
Ahmad.
man, for
Man,
sure.
welcome to
Yes,
Daddy's
sir.
Podcast. And
Man,
thank you, my
Daddy's
brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Continue
Daddy's
number success
Podcast.
and blessings, man.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Thank you, man.